Are we live?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second NomadX sessions. We are very, very happy to be here today to speak about the cold winter that's coming. We are inviting top Nomad leaders all over the place to talk about these important themes like where the hell are we going for winter? But last week, we also had a discussion about Nomad visas. Are they useful or just a marketing trick for the countries? We had Miguel and Lauren last week, and this week we invited three of my favorite humans ever. As you can see, there is one missing out, so we walk in a bit. But here today, we have the incredible Sergio Sala and the not less incredible Karen. How are you doing, guys?
Good, thanks.
Good. Thank you for inviting, Gonçalo.
This will be fun, guys. Tell us where you are right now on the chat. I am watching you, and please ask questions as we want to have a lot of fun in the chat and want to make it very, very interactive. And don't forget, we launched a community on Discord, so go check that out. It's on nomadx.com. And just news, I'm launching in Brazil community that we will only announce on Discord this Friday. So if you want to know where in the hell in Brazil we are going, where the hell we are dancing samba, and who knows salsa, because we're speaking about salsa before we went by, join us there. And please welcome on the chat these two beautiful humans, Karen, Stefan, Sergio Sala, so they see your love and they feel your love. As I was telling you, there's a story behind Hannah Dixon, and unfortunately, she's not feeling all right. She had to go to the hospital on the emergency. We hope she's doing well. We know she's in pain. She shared that on Facebook as well, but she cannot be here today. So she will be here with us in the future in some other events. That's it, guys. House cleaning is done. Now we can go deep into this thing. But first, I want to know, where are you guys right now? So Karen, starting with you, can you tell us where you are right now and what are you working on?
Yeah, so I'm currently in London. I've been back. I'm originally from the UK. So I've been back spending time with family and friends and attending weddings and birthdays and stuff. What I'm working on in terms of business?
Yes.
So at the moment, I'm helping a client with like an investment deck business plan. We're looking for funding. That's what I do primarily with my clients is organize their cash flow and figure out their funding. So we're going for a bit of a funding round with low-key private investors, and also just working on my other side hustles and potential coaching programs at the moment.
It's the beautiful CFO. What about you, Sergio, the most famous Nomad YouTuber? Can you share a little bit? What are you working on? I heard there is some new video or around the corner. And where are you today?
Yeah. So I'm currently in Mexico because I'm Mexican, but I am in San Cristobal de las Casas. It's a mouthful. That's in Chiapas. So Chiapas has one of the best coffee places in the world. That's why I'm getting a good coffee. It's in the south of Mexico. And I'm here making a video because I have a friend who opened a hostel, and I have some friends connections over here, and just making a video here and also editing other videos that I'm making because I'm a YouTuber. I make videos for digital nomads, sharing all the things to do in every city, co-working areas, things to do, community, all this stuff. It's a lot of work in each video that I make. So that's what I'm doing currently, just full-time on my YouTube. And that's why I'm here.
And that's beautiful. If you don't know YouTube channel from Sergio, it has this very original name, right, Sergio? And you went really crazy naming your YouTube channel, which is Sergio Sala. That's it. That's all it is.
Just that. That's easy because it's easy to share. Just search for Sergio Sala, Sala, and that's it.
It's actually quite easy. Well done. So guys, we're here speaking about the winter. We are nomads for a while. We travel a little bit, and everybody here, I'm in Madeira right now. Everybody here is speaking about the next winter. There are so many plans. There are so many ideas, and people change their plans every 2 days, to be honest. So I said, why not speaking with these two guys and see what they are doing, maybe inspire others. So we'll speak a bit about the future, where we'll spend your winter, and the past. What's your favorite winter destinations? But speaking about the future first, what are your plans for winter? Tell us. We want to know.
Okay.
And
okay, I'll go. Okay, it's very interesting to talk about that at this date because we're still on COVID, but it's less than before. So now people are moving more. Like last 2 years, 2010 was really hard. 2021, kind of, but yeah, 2022. it's different. So now we're having so many options, so many places are opening right now. It's very interesting. And I will say, I mean, we can go 1-1. So the first one that I will say, it's currently the place that I'm editing the video about, which is Gran Canaria.
Wait. We're speaking about the future first. The future. Where are you going?
Sorry. I'm sorry. So where I'm going.
I don't think he's decided yet, Gonçalo. That's a good.
Yeah, that's why I went straight to the past. Like where I'm going, I have no idea.
That's true. Yeah, I'm actually deciding, but I think I'm going to Thailand. That's my next stop, because I miss it so much. I spent a year and something in Chiang Mai, and I don't know, 5 years ago or something like that, and I miss it so much. I want to go back, and it's actually a good place for winter because for Europeans, it's snowing in Chiang Mai. It's just nothing. I spent, I don't know, 1 or 2 times winter there. So I'm just going to go back. But I also, it's so easy to go to the beaches, Koh Lanta, Koh Phangan, which I never been to Koh Phangan, but I did Koh Lanta, Phuket, and can't remember the other one. But it's just like Thailand. Thailand is just beautiful. And it's amazing that it's a place that you can go anytime. Anytime is great. But everyone who wants to escape the snow, Thailand is like the spot. So that's why I'm going there.
I have a question about that. So you were in Chiang Mai for 1 year, then Chiang Mai went a little bit down because several reasons, like people started moving away from co-working space issues with the government to just a little bit more pollution. What's your expectations for going back to Chiang Mai after the pandemic? Do you think Chiang Mai will become one of these? Chiang Mai was the capital of nomadism. I remember it was my dream when I started. I was there. I absolutely loved it. But I had so many friends that then left. So what do you think you will find in Chiang Mai this year?
Yeah, that's also very interesting. I always saying that Chiang Mai was like the Mecca of digital nomads.
It was incredible.
Yeah, but I've been hearing a lot of, I don't know how many, of course, but there's a lot of people coming back.
Nice.
There's some that stayed. I've been talking to the apartment that I stay. It was like the apartment that I stay was run by Thai, originally from there. It's just so lovely. One of the owners, it's an old guy who always called me son, I miss you, son, which is awesome. That's the Thai people. But I just talked to them and saying that right now there's no one, and they're expecting more people to come in winter. I think it's gonna slowly go back to be populated by nomads. I think I can't promise anything, but because it's a place that the cost of living and the quality, like one of maybe the best place in the world for that. You don't spend that much, but you also live well, and the food and all the things to do. I think it's gonna go back, and that's kind of like the reason that I want to go, because so I've been traveling almost 8 years, and YouTube has just been like 2 years, so I'm kind of catching up of all the places I've already been, but I never made a video. So my idea is just like, I want to show this to the world, even though a lot of people know already, but I just want to show it on my point of view, because I love Chiang Mai, and just want to show it to people and show them, I don't know, I'm trying to make a mix of how it looks right now and what's the potential that used to be and it's gonna be,
Yeah, it's fun to Chiang Mai because they have so many incredible co-working spaces. And since I left 3 years ago, they even built more co-working spaces, and some even with pool, which was something I actually missed in Chiang Mai. I went from Bali to Chiang Mai. I was like, I could use a pool. It's really hot right here. So it's very interesting. I think, the buildings are there. Everything is there. It's just a case of people coming back.
The coffee shops. There were so many coffee shops. There's one that I never went when I left. That I saw like this beautiful picture and like a small garden with I don't think it's a pool, but just like a water pond. But it was so beautiful, and I hope it's still open. I'm just gonna show all the place.
And the street food, man. And the street food.
Oh yeah, everything.
I have FOMO already. Karen, help me here. Where are you going in the winter? What's your plans right now?
Now I'm sold on Thailand. No, I'm hopefully. Well, I'll spend part of my time in Mexico in Playa del Carmen, because I always do. But this winter specifically, I think I'm gonna head over to Africa. I'm gonna go Cape Town for a bit.
Help me here with the conference that will happen there in Cape Town in November from Johannes. That's name is
Nomad Base. So
yes, thank you.
Probably I'll go to that event that'll start my trip. So that's at the start of November, I think, like November 7th or something, for a week. But for me, like Cape Town's been on the agenda for like on the bucket list for so long that if I go there, I want to go there for like 2.5, 3 months. So that's the plan. I haven't been to South Africa ever before. So it's like, I know a lot about it, but I've never worked from there yet. So
yeah, I would love to go to Cape Town as well. See, I think this event was actually a bad idea. I'm not sure about you, but I'm feeling massive FOMO about everything. Well, I cannot complain, to be honest, but FOMO is real. I'm going to Brazil. So you're starting a new community in Brazil with NomadX, and we actually go there in 21 days, and then I'll be back in the end of October to actually start it. And it will be a new place where nobody I know from outside Brazilians been there. So I will announce it on Friday, but it will be on the northeast. So it's a good place actually for surfing, and it's the kind of the capital of Brazil for surfing, and also a little bit for kite surf, and very close from good kite surf spots. But yeah, I'm very excited about Brazil. Like, as a Portuguese, it's a culture that we have a lot of contact with. We have a lot of Brazilians in Portugal, and it's a culture I love since I'm a kid, like Brazilian music, Brazilian volleyball, Brazilian everything. So I'm actually quite excited to go back to Brazil and to live a little bit more there. My mother always told me to not go to Brazil because it's dangerous for me, as I may never come back. But yeah, those are the plans. Brazil, and then I'll be back in Madeira. We will organize a conference here in February, which will be fun. But yeah, Brazil.
I never been to Brazil.
We have to fix that.
We'll have to do this one day. One day.
I feel the world is really way too big. This is becoming really difficult right now.
Too big and too small at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the community is small. Our community is small. So you ended up meeting the same people all over the world, which is actually what makes it fun as well. But at the same time, there are so many places to go. Like, our friends are now in Berlin for a festival, and that's amazing as well. Other friends will go to Bali. So it's fun actually we are going to 3 different continents and nobody's going to Bali, which is kind of good. So yeah, a lot of things happening, and yeah, very excited for all the freedom and what we have right now, and all the new countries that are now open for nomads. Like, before, it was quite hard to go to Albania. 3 years ago, you never thought, I'm going to Albania. That was not the thing. And now it's like new best hotspot in Europe, probably in a couple of years, right? So I think that's really, really, really cool. And now, Sergio, the thing you really wanted to talk about, you are not about the future, you are about the past. You document your past. Sorry. Maybe because of that. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's cool. So, what are your 3 favorites Nomad destinations for the European winter? They don't need to be in Europe. This is a question I had, but around the world, where have you been for winter? And this we can go one each, which I think it will be really fun. And you can share images if you want.
Yeah, well, that's what I was sharing, that I'm editing right now, the time that I spent in Gran Canaria, which was in, I think, April of this year. But Gran Canaria, the Canary Islands itself, like, for winter is one of the best spots. It's like, I haven't been there in winter, but for what I heard, it's kind of like the same weather all year round. And it's just like, it's beautiful. I spent a month in Las Palmas, which is the core of that island of Gran Canaria, and just met so many great people. There's a huge community. I mean, I can share some of the pictures that I'm working on. We can do it like, how do I do it? I need to share the screen, right?
Yes.
Let me try to
Las Palmas is great.
Share this. Okay.
We were in Las Palmas and we loved it. Oh yes, we can see.
Yeah. So that's Las Canteras, like the area you can go surfing, that's the awesome part. It's a bit cold. Like, this is the first time that I went surfing with what do you call it? I forgot the
swimsuit.
Wetsuits. Yeah. It's very different because I'm from Mexico, and in there we don't use wetsuits. But like I'm saying, because it's literally different, because you need to do a lot of the shoulders. So with the wetsuits, it's harder. So I got used to it. But yeah, you can surf there. You can see how beautiful it is. Most of the year, I think it will be the same. This place that doesn't snow. And you can do this is the the ponds of what I forgot the name now. My English is
Wow.
it's becoming bad these days, but this is a beautiful place. You can find it everywhere. There's a lot of these spots in Gran Canaria. Then you have an area that you can like the small desert that is called Palmas over there. And man, it's so interesting to find like the desert in close to the city. You know, that's amazing. Then this part, which is Agaete, and so I went there with Nacho. I guess you know Nacho. No,
Yes,
no,
Nacho
like Nacho,
Rodriguez, the king of the
yes,
Canary Islands.
exactly. So he opened a new co-living in this area of Gran Canaria because it's called Agaete. And I think it's somewhere. Where's our place? It was somewhere over here. There's a rooftop.
Nice.
And they're actually making a conference. I don't know if I can plug it, but they have a conference now in
Please.
August 20 something. If you want to check it out, just
You
check
can
read people.
you can
Tell
plug
me.
it because I will be there. So you can plug it.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I saw your name. Yeah, right. So yeah. Well, you can plug it because you're the host.
Yes, please come to Gaete. We'll be there around the summer. There's a lot of music happening, and we are doing an conference, I believe, around the 20th of August, and it will be fun.
Yes.
Like just meet a bunch of people talking about cool stuff. And yeah, Agaete is a new destination that Nacho is trying to push, and it looks really nice and really beautiful. So it's actually fun that you are talking about it.
Nice. So yeah, it's gonna be the co-living somewhere in this part, and the beautiful view that they have is amazing. So you can go surfing. That's just me being cool. And then there's a lot of co-working spots, like the coffee shops. So this one, forgot the name. This is in the middle of Las Palmas. Then you can rent a car and go around. There's like this is the I don't know where, somewhere around the whole island. That's the amazing thing. The road trips over there takes like an hour or so, even more. Yeah, it can take like 2 or 3 if you go from corner to corner of the island. But there's so many things to explore. These like small towns like this one, which I forgot the name now. Well, this is a town that has this rock. It's called Roque Nublo. You can go and take a hike of 2 hours or less than that. And we're gonna show you a picture in a bit. Oh, this is the last picture. And you can get this beautiful sunset on the top of that mountain. And if you can see there, just behind my head, that's Mount Teide, which is the other island, Tenerife, which Karen can talk about that if she wants, because that's the other island next to Gran Canaria that is also great. All the Canary Islands, I've only been to 2, Tenerife and Gran Canaria, so I
Same.
can speak of the others. But yeah, that's basically it. How can I? Where are you?
Very
guys?
nice. Now I can stop sharing somewhere.
Yeah.
I think up
Yeah.
is there somewhere a button to stop sharing.
Oh yeah.
Very nice. I actually love the Canary Islands. We were there for 5 months just before we came to Madeira, and it was actually quite fun. And Katrina says, if we took the buildings off, it would be much better. Yeah, we have something to say about the architecture of Las Palmas, specific the architecture of the Las Canteras, a little bit chaotic. But I love that. I think
a bit bland. Like
yeah, I think it's a lifestyle.
No.
The lifestyle is great. The surfing, there is beach volleyball, beach tennis, CrossFit. Although I heard in Tenerife there's the best CrossFit box. I need to check that out, right, Karen?
Yeah.
So I think it's actually quite cool. A cool winter destination. I was there in winter and it was like 19, 21 degrees. Really nice. What about you, Karen? Tell me, sorry. Go Sergio. No, go for it.
No, that just the last part of the community itself is just amazing too. There's this girl called Nelly from Holland, has the Live It Up community, and we went to a meetup. There was like 200 people, mostly nomads. So there's an amazing digital nomad community there. That's the last thing that I want to say.
That's cool. Yeah, it's true. Very vibrant community.
Yes.
Karen, what's your first one? But now I got very curious.
I mean, I want to extend on from what Sergio says, and I'll speak about Tenerife.
Go for it.
Only because, so I completely agree. Like, I really like Gran Canaria, I like Las Palmas, because the community is really central. And I think in Tenerife, it's way more dispersed. But Tenerife, you have the diversity of the landscapes. You have you can go from the beach to the snow. in a day, like when the volcano is got snow on top, which I think is incredible. And like the hiking you can do in Tenerife is just, I think, another level from what you can do in Gran Canaria. So like I really love it. I spent like it's got a special place in my heart because I spent the first 4 months of my nomad life in Tenerife, at 9 co-living in the north next to the CrossFit. That's why
so many people started their nomad journeys at 9 co-living that it's just insane. Those guys need an award for starting so many nomad careers.
Yeah, Miguel and Matilda as well. That's where I met
Yes,
them.
exactly. Miguel and Matilda, they also started there, and yeah, they are now traveling the world. It's so fun. But I met a lot of people that passed by 9 and that became very familiar with the nomad life. Co-livings are a great way to actually enter a nomad life. I think it's really cool to start it because it starts with the community. It's easier.
Yeah, and if they're done well, like I swear, like Anne has the ability to run a great community. Like she's from day one, like we were like some of the first people there, and the community there is great. Like it's just really, really amazing. So I can't say enough good things about 9 co-living in Tenerife. But yeah, I really love, like I think the Canary Islands, if you want to stay close to Europe and you like that European feel, I don't have the ability to stay in Europe as long as I used to, so that's a bit more of a difficulty. But I still do recommend Tenerife as a place to go. But you know where my heart is in winter. My heart in winter is always in Mexico. So that's my
I heard
long-term.
Sergio knows something also about Mexico, but Mexico is incredible. I visited also, and it's incredible. Yeah. Where did you stay in Mexico? Tell us everything.
Me?
Yes.
I'm normally in Playa del Carmen, in the south, because there's the beach, there's the Caribbean Sea, and it's, again, community. Like there's just so many people that end up there in winter, especially last winter because Asia still wasn't fully open. So yeah, it's very central to the life there is the community, and they have everything there. But Sergio's in Chiapas now, and that's a really good location as well. So there's loads of places around Mexico that are great to go. I think the reason that I choose that area of Mexico in winter is obviously because of the climate. Like the climate's still really, really good in winter, even though it's technically winter there. It's tropical winter. It's like Florida winter.
I will just say about that not all of the places, especially Chiapas, because it's in the mountains, and if you go in winter, it's gonna be cold, like really, really cold, and some people don't like that. So just put like that note. There's some places in Mexico. I was born and raised in Mexico, like for 20 years. Spent 70 something in my hometown in Tabasco, so it was always just hot. Like winter was always hot. And then I moved to Puebla, and that's a mountain, kind of the same of Chiapas. And when I studied there, man, like winter was like 0 degrees sometimes. It was really, really cold. And but not to the point that it was snowing, but it was cold. So there's some places, and just want to make sure, if it depends on the audience, but Mexico is not all hot, but there's a lot of places there. Playa is always going to be hot. And for me in 2020, the first time that I traveled outside the quarantine times, it was going back to Mexico, because I was in the States. But from the States, I went to Sayulita, which is a small beach town close to Puerto Vallarta. For some people that don't know, it's just on the west of the Pacific. And it was amazing. Like I went surfing every single day. I just no cold, just like all the time in sandals, just going to the beach.
Because it's still warm that side, right? In winter in Sayulita and Puerto Vallarta.
It might just get a bit chill sometimes at night. That's it. But on the day is just chill. But there are places like Puebla or San Cristobal that I'm right now that it can get really, really, even Mexico City. When I made the video about Mexico City, I wanted to make sure the people who are listening that you do need to have a jacket, or at least a light jacket, because it gets cold. Like, and people are expecting every Mexico area to be hot,
No.
Interesting. Actually, talking about Mexico City, Hannah Dixon sent me her top 3 destinations for the winter, and Mexico City was actually one of them. And
Nice.
surprisingly or not, curiously, like we're all connected, Bangkok was the second one. I'll tell, Bangkok and Mexico City. Definitely Hannah likes cities, as the third one is also a big city.
Which one?
The third one is in Europe, and actually it's fun because it used to be the capital of digital nomadism in Europe like 4 or 5 years ago. Do you want to try to guess?
Like
One of the
Lisbon?
places with more nomads, not Lisbon, before Lisbon. Insane.
Tarifa?
No, Budapest. Everybody was passing by Budapest back in the days. Everybody, it
Or
was
my
because
Nomad time.
yeah, because Estella organized conferences there like back in the days. I mean, like 7 years ago. And a lot of people passed by, and Budapest was one of the top destinations in Europe for digital nomads, actually, when there were, but then community died a little bit. Stella went to Bali, and actually it went to different places. I'll share you mine as well. Let me just see, where is this? Here. And my first one, you see, this is, I'll go with Google Maps because I'm into Africa right now. And this is the country is Cape Verde. It's in the coast of Senegal. It's a very warm country, very African. And actually, I stayed here for 5 months last year. And these 2 islands are incredible. But we started with Mindelo. And Mindelo is the second city of Cape Verde, and it's just incredible. So it's a small city, it's the cultural capital. And there's something between me and the cultural capital of places. I love to have music around me. I love to have art around me. And this place is like the cultural capital, but also has this amazing boulevard, nice buildings. It was a Portuguese colony, so it has these really nice buildings. And this is the city, right? But right on the south, in São Pedro, next to the airport, actually, there is this small village there where you can literally swim with turtles. I mean, on the beach, like you can get one of these boats and literally swim with turtles, and they're just around. The fishermen take some fish to give them, and you can literally swim with them. And yeah, I fell in love with this place last year, and right now it's one of my favorite places in the world. It's not a super developed place; it's still Africa, but it's safe, it's beautiful, and it's so authentic. The locals were so curious about us, about our life. They literally sit with you on the concerts, or when you are just drinking a beer, they sit with you and start asking questions because they start seeing you there like more than 1 week. And it's like, what are you doing here? Are you doing business? What's happening? And they are so curious and so keen to learn that I actually fell in love with the way they live and the way they are curious. And yeah, it's one of my goals to help these guys out. But I literally fell in love with it. There is a co-working space, internet is fast, still Africa. So when you go there, it's still a little bit shocking. You think everybody's super poor, but after you actually leave there, you understand that that's just the way it is. For example, a lot of the houses are not painted, and you think, oh, maybe they don't have money for the paint. It's not true. It's not that. It's actually because they use the sand from the beach to build houses, and because of the salt, you cannot paint. It just comes off. So all those little things, then you enter the house, actually quite nice houses, and yeah, just a beautiful place with beautiful people, and it's outside Schengen zone for people that cannot stay too much time inside the Schengen zone. And it's just 4 hours from Lisbon, direct flights from half of Europe and 4 hours from Lisbon. So it's actually quite close from the Europe, just 1 hour south from the Canary Islands that Sergio mentioned. So this became one of my favorite places in the world, and it's my number 1 right now for this winter destination lists. Go Cape Verde.
Wow. I never heard about it, to be honest, but it seems interesting.
That's why we are here, Sergio. That's why we are here.
Yeah. Do they speak mainly Portuguese though there, right?
Yes, but because it's a tourist country, most of the people understand and speak a little bit of English. They live from tourism, literally. Like there is no industry. Their only industry is tourism. And so they actually understand. We had lots of people, British people, and they end up quite easily to connect with everybody. Yeah, they try the best. And they speak French, if you speak French. Most people speak French.
Nice.
Okay. I mean, I need to learn my Portuguese anyway, Gonçalo. We've been over this. But yeah, it's still not there.
Still not. And Katrina is saying, and they had direct flights to the West. This is true. They have direct flights to Boston as well, which I think it's incredible because they have a big expat community in Boston. They actually have direct flights from Praia to Boston, which is really, really cool.
Awesome.
Well,
one.
The islands, like even Madeira, like it's been also my list for so long. Hopefully
we need to take care. We need to take care of that for you too, actually, not one, but for you too. We need to take care and bring you to Madeira, to the banana. This is the best hiking in the world, but I'm a little bit biased on here. But
And I love hiking, so.
Oh, guys. So you need to come here. I'm organizing a conference in February, but in February or later, once you are back, you need to come to Madeira because this place is insane. Sergio, number 2.
Number 2. Well, I kind of said already, like Mexico, like Sayulita, Puerto Vallarta. Okay. Those places are like so great for that. Or I don't know. Yeah, you go, Karen. Let me think about it.
No, I said my second one, which is Mexico. Oh, Mexico and Canary.
Mexico.
Okay. I have one that I haven't been to. I haven't been to Colombia yet.
Ooh, I would love to.
And Medellin is like spring all year round. So that's a good option for winter.
Yeah.
They just launched the Nomad Visa, or they are launching Nomad Visa, something like that. There was a lot of news this week. Colombia was the country of the week. There is always a country of the week. Last week was Costa Rica. This week was Colombia.
There you go.
They're launching that soon. Colombia, I've been to Medellin 2 times, I think. It's nice. It's like it's big, a bit cheap, lots of things to do. Coffee's amazing there. If you're a coffee lover, Medellin is good too. The only things that I don't know. I don't want to say bad things, but
no, come on. We need a honest Sergio. The only bad thing is here is my channel. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, Sergio. This is my channel. It's okay. Speak. What's the only bad thing? Because we need to know bad things. Like there are bad things in Cape Verde. I'll tell you later. What's the cons?
At least for me, I mean, the thing that I don't like the most is the food. The food is just. There's other places, like so close by, or Mexico, of course, and Peruvian food, but the Colombian food is like, but places like Medellin has international food, so you can get all of the things. But if I have coffee, that's anything. Everything that I need.
So you did a lot of fasting. A lot of fasting in Colombia was happening.
No, but yeah, like the food is like. There are some things, but it's mostly, rice and big meat stuff like sausages. They have the bandeja paisa, which it's massive, but it's mostly, like tons of rice and this chorizo things. I forgot the name. So yeah, it's okay.
They don't have any spice. Do they not?
That also,
you they don't, like, you need to bring your own salsa from Mexico.
They don't put that. But talking about South America, it's very interesting. You made me realize, for example, Argentina, which I don't know if Medellin, but I don't think so. But at least in Argentina, in winter for us and even European, it's summer for them, because of how the world works. So. It's like really, really summer when you are in winter in this place. So you can go there. It's completely like hot. If you go, for example, to Bariloche, which I have a video about, it's in the Patagonia side of Argentina. I went there in winter time, like in December. I spent New Year's Eve there. It was like completely summer-like. You just don't think it's December, And you can do that if you want. Feel like that you're in summer when it's winter, but the only thing is that it's way far from everything. It's literally in the bottom of the world, so the only hard thing is to get the tickets. They're usually expensive, like the flight. But if you get there, and I don't want to make this the main benefit of Argentina right now, but there's the whole thing of the currency that it's double with the blue dollar, so it's really cheap right now, but it's not the only benefit of Argentina. Like, the dancing tango, the people, the Argentinian people, they're amazing.
The food?
Really friend. The food. What do we eat? I was trying to remember.
I'm starting to feel that the Mexicans are like the Italians of America. The food.
Sergio is very particular about his food, but he's not. He's vegan now, so Argentina would be really a problem.
I'm trying.
A problem, right? Because it's all steak.
I'm not, but I'm trying. But the food is amazing. Now I'm just trying to remember now. Empanadas, oh man, the pizzas, like, they have their own style. So Argentina is very influenced by Italians, there's a lot of like, even the language, the Spanish language is very Italian, and the food itself, the coffee, like they know all the kind of Italian-based coffees, and then the pizza, the empanadas. What else? Like, no, the meat, yeah, the meat is great, not gonna lie, but I'm trying to avoid it. But it's great. Like if you're a meat lover, like yeah,
It's
Argentina
local.
is your spot. Yeah.
That's the best. And also Buenos Aires has actually one of the coolest projects in terms of governments. Like I really like their project for Dixon Nomads. I think it's Nomads BI, something like that, where they offer you like a SIM card. If you register, you have discounts on co-working spaces. It's actually like, to be honest, I work with governments. It's actually one of the most interesting projects directly from government. It's a local government of Buenos Aires. I spoke with them. Guys are super cool. They understand the power of community. They have a community manager. I was very surprised because, to be honest, one of the few governments that got it right.
But have you talked? Do you know Tato?
I spoke with the government people that manage the project.
I'll give you the contact, because that is like I always say it's the president of the digital nomads in Argentina. He's the one. Yeah, he's the one who connected the government to make everything. So I'll give you the contact.
Is he the Gonçalo of Argentina?
That's the easy way to say. Yeah, that's the Gonçalo of Argentina. But yeah, they did a conference which I spoke last year, and I think they're gonna make it this year too, of Nomads, like the Nomads BA. I haven't had the confirm, but yeah, if you want to go to a conference where you can meet Nomads right away, yeah, in Buenos Aires at the end of this winter, summer for them, it could be an option.
Like it. So I'll share my second one since you are on the stream. Let's go to my Google Maps. I love my Google Maps. It has a lot of flags all over the place. And the second one, well, I have to just give a word about Madeira, right? It's the best place in the world, but you know this by now. There is this small village. Well, there is a lot of flags in Madeira. There is this small village called Ponta do Sol that may or not have a free co-working space, etc. But you heard so much about this that who
I've
am I
been
to
to the
keep
co-working space now.
Ooh, yeah, this place is amazing, and yeah, you should check it out. For me, Madeira is beautiful, of course, but the community we built is out of this world. But
this is the part that I don't want to see because it's FOMO. So,
dude, yeah, man, I feel really blessed for finding this place and actually have a base here now. It's insane. But that being said, I need to speak about Brazil. Like Brazil is this massive country that is half of South America, literally. And actually didn't have much love in the last years. Yes, some people went to Florianopolis in the south, near Argentina, but because it's not safe on the big cities like Rio, this is true, of course, and São Paulo, but there are so many new places. So without spoiling you a lot, I'll tell you about 3 places. And one of these 3 places on Friday, the people in the community will find that's a new community that we are building. And let's start on the north. In this state of Rio Grande do Norte, there is this beautiful place called São Miguel do Gostoso that nobody ever heard about. Did you hear about São Miguel do Gostoso? No, nobody. That's why we work. And it's like this beautiful desert beach, like kind of hippie. And it's just beautiful. It's just gorgeous. And you do this stuff. You can do the kite surf. It's just beautiful. It has these beach bars. It looks like this. Like, oh my God, this place is incredible. And yeah, who knows? And yeah, São Miguel do Gostoso. Gostoso means sexy, actually, in Brazilian. So it's actually Saint Michael the Sexy.
Is that it's like a nude beach?
No, not yet, but maybe that's something we can bring there. The second place, also in this state, let me see, is Pipa Beach. Pipa Beach is very, very nice as well. It has like a small village vibes. It's one of the favorite destinations from the Portuguese. It looks like this. It's not too bad. And it's like it has like a lot of small bars, restaurants from all over the place. It's also very, very, very beautiful. It has these amazing beach bars. Not too bad. And yeah, it's like half jungle. It makes me think a little bit about Mexico, actually. It's like half jungle, half beach, and yeah, just crazy beautiful. And then the night just lights up. It's crazy. And then what else can I show you? And these all are super safe places, like with very low crime rates. And then we have João Pessoa. Like it's a city of I think 800,000 people. So it's not a big city. It's the capital of Paraíba. So you have like these things of the city. There's lots of good co-working spaces. Yes, it's a Portuguese colony, so we built some stuff there, but also Dutch were there. Yeah, it's really nice. And it's just like white sand beach, a lot of sports. It looks like this, right? So it's not too bad. And yeah, Brazilian food, speaking about the foods. And these are 3 places I'm looking a lot on the Northeast. And one of these 3 places will actually the place that we are announcing on Friday. And yes, I know a lot about these 3 places. They are all the 3 in our list. But all these places are really incredible. Like all this coast, even Recife is incredible. The south of Recife, Portugalinhas is crazy beautiful. All these places have internet. All these places are safe. And I really think that Brazil will grow into this, incredible, beautiful place in the nomad community in the future. So I'm vouching for Brazil. This is also a small destination.
What's the visa situation in Brazil? Do we get 3 months easily?
Yes,
or?
3 months out of the batch. Tourist visa is 3 months. And they also have a nomad visa that nobody uses, as you heard last week. But there is 3 months visa for all tourists that they can extend, actually. So it's quite easy to jump in.
Nice.
Well, I could say something that I think properly I'll be in Brazil, but the other winter, not this one.
Ooh.
Like that's why I wrote you the other day. I'm kind of planning already 2023. There's so many things happening. There's a big event that a lot of people know, which is gonna come back. I don't want to say it because maybe I can't say it right now. People know
come
it,
back,
but don't want to say. And maybe it will end up in Brazil. So if it happens, I'll be in Brazil in 2023 at the end of winter. But I want to say more.
Guess?
I have some guesses. Were these people in Brazil before?
Change the topic. but Brazil, no. I wanna go to Brazil. I heard many good things. Like there's so many places. I heard, for example, Florianópolis too. It's maybe
it's in the south,
place now.
It's not crowded. It's in the south, so it has some issues like traffic. It's an island, so there's a lot of traffic between the city and the island. But it's beautiful. It's a surf destination. It's a 6 months destination though, so they have proper winter. Yes, it can be a European winter escape, but it's not easy to stay the whole year around. Like the Northeast, what I was showing you, it's a 12-month destination. The worst weather is right now, and it's 28 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
But still, Florianópolis is incredible. I just think the north has massive potential, even safety. Like this, Florianópolis is kind of safe, but nothing compared with the northeast. This region specifically are smaller villages that are well secured, tourists around it. So I think it's quite safe to be there. Floripa also is incredible. So this conference will happen in Floripa, right? I'm just joking. I can tell you about the conference going to Brazil. Web Summit is actually organizing the first year.
Really?
Next May will be in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro. So I'm not sure if that was the conference we're mentioning. I guess not. No. But Web Summit will happen in Rio next May. So Karen cannot stop thinking about this.
How's Rio? How's Sao Paulo and Rio? Like,
I was in Rio. It's beautiful. I say Rio is everything good and everything bad in one place. That's the best way I could describe it. It was overwhelmingly incredible and overwhelmingly scary, meaning you don't feel safe. So I was not around with my Apple Watch. I was not showing my phone everywhere. Oh, Katrina has a nice guess here on the chat. So it's like, it's beautiful. It's what a city. At the same time, I don't feel safe to be with my computer, for example, or with my phone out. And I love Rio, but at the same time, this is not the place I would take people to because of safety.
That's what I'm concerned if I bring the camera, to make a video. Like, how will I do it? But we'll see. Yeah,
on the Northeast is safe. Florianópolis is safe. In Rio, I was literally jumping in Uber, jumping out Uber. I wouldn't walk too much, and at night I wouldn't walk at all.
There has to be like areas, no? That they're like.
So Rio is an interesting place because you have like the richest areas, like Leblon, Ipanema, are next to the biggest favela. So no, not really. It's like rich people, poor people, rich people, favelas, and it's like mushrooms. It's like they interconnect, as most people in favelas work in these rich areas, so they interconnect a lot. So there is no big separation actually. So it's like you have the richest building and the most expensive place in Rio is next to a favela.
Well, yeah, that's interesting.
Still beautiful, still worth a visit. But yeah, I couldn't stay there for 3 months because I like to walk around and feel safe. But there are nomads there and they're happy. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things.
We'll figure out later here.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
And the carnival too, you know, like it's I need to see that too.
Yeah.
I never been to that.
That's Carnival and New Year's. New Year's I will be in Brazil, so I'm very happy for that. Carnival will be in Madeira organizing a conference. And I just want to say, like, we are not saying, but Catarina Hall, which may or not be my wife, just said here, and I didn't think about this Nomad cruise. And I just say, this is the guess by Catarina. It's her responsibility. I have no idea. But that was her guess. And
I don't know. Karen, what about, did you do the carnival in Santa Cruz de Tenerife?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. It was so good.
I wanted it because that's supposed to be the second best, and the best one is Rio.
It's supposed to be the second biggest in the world, in Tenerife. But I don't know if everywhere just says that, but it was pretty big. We did it in, what year was that? 2019.
Is it in a carnival or is it in the summer? Because Las Palmas has this summer carnival. So is it in February or is it in June?
It's the February one.
February,
nice. March. And
maybe that's why they separate.
Yeah, because there's quite a link. There's a lot of links between Venezuela, Colombia, and the Tenerife. So I don't know if that's why it's bigger, but it's pretty huge. We all dressed up. It was a lot of fun. Huge carnival, and people, even the CrossFitters, they party all night, every night for that week, and then they just rock up to CrossFit 8 a.m. Don't know how.
Yeah. So this year happened just recently, 2 months or 1 month ago, but because of COVID. But I think next year is gonna be normal, in which I think it's at the start of the year. So if anyone is in somewhere around Canary or Tenerife, they can check the carnival.
Yeah, summer as well. Nice. So I still have a couple of questions. We don't have much time, but I need to go through this because this is very important for my life. Kind of. Which place outside the top 100 of Nomad list, and this, let's say the top 20, which place outside the top 100 of Nomad list would you bet that can reach the top 20 in 3 years' time? Can be a city, can be a country. I have some ideas, but I'll go first to let you think. I have a couple. Well, some I manage, but I think Cape Verde will be there, and I think Sri Lanka will be there if they solve the instability. I think Sri Lanka was actually headed in the right direction. Outpost opened their outpost is a co-living that started in Bali. They opened there, and the feedback was amazing. So I was hoping that actually would grow, but then there is some political instability, and I think Sri Lanka was actually one incredible country. So I see maybe even India, Goa specifically, jumping in top 15 the next years if they also have some issues. But what do you think? Is there any place that you think we are not looking yet, but soon will be something really cool?
I need to check what's on the list. Is Montenegro on there yet?
I think it's going up. Montenegro that announced this week also a Nomad visa. Surprise.
Because if it's not all my friends are there this summer. So Montenegro or Albania. Those are the two. That's what I'm trying to see.
Yeah. Albania. I will share here the Nomad list. They are not sponsoring us like they sponsor Sergio, but we can still show them.
Yeah, getting my link. My link is in the description.
Oh yeah, you are sponsored.
So we have in the top 20. Seoul is surprising actually. Warsaw, Lisbon, Sofia, Madeira. Ooh, let's go. Chiang Mai is already top 20. Wow.
Of course.
Oh, actually, Bangalore. Interesting. Bansko because of the summer. Bansko Nomad Fest, yes. And Tbilisi is here. Let's check where we have Montenegro. Wait, I'm messing up something.
Florianópolis.
Montenegro.
It's not even in the.
There is something. So maybe Montenegro.
No, well, I would put money on there.
Interesting. What about you, Sergio?
I will I'm a little bit biased because I'm Mexican, but there's so many places to explore yet in Mexico, man. Like,
I mean,
even
is
here
Chiapas
that I'm
on
in San
there?
Cristobal,
Yeah.
it is.
Sorry.
It's there, but it's not in the 20s. Like somewhere, I don't know where now. It's way below. Because like San Cristobal, it's a beautiful place. So many expats right now, but it's a place that people are discovering. It's funny because I'm actually making the community here. Like I'm the one creating the digital nomad community because there's people, but
Wow.
there's no one bringing them together. So San Cristobal could be a place. Guanajuato, San Miguel de Allende, which is already known, but not everybody knows it. There's so many small spots. Guadalajara is it's because I haven't been in a while, but I get a lot of San Cristobal is there. Which number is 295 right now? There's not even anyone putting a review right now, San Cristobal, but it's it's very beautiful. Like, and this is the place that you can see the indigenous people. So if you go to Playa, you don't get that much. You get the Mayans, but not that really in the
It's
city.
not the same.
Yeah, but here you walk and you see all these people dressing with the indigenous, clothes. So it's a whole interesting mix. And there's so many places in Mexico that still we're figuring. Bacalar, which is not even in Nomad list right now. I checked, but it's not
No?
there. Yeah, and I need to write Peter so he can add it there. But those places are gonna. More people are coming to Mexico, and they're discovering all the great places that we have here.
Nice. I was just checking. Kotor in Montenegro is 281. Wow. I expect it to be top 100. So yeah, I think this is a very strong guess. I think Montenegro will go up to top 100 for sure.
What do I win if I get it right?
No, that's an easy one.
A free year of Nomad list, Sergio?
Ooh, sponsored
Start me
by.
off.
Me? Really?
Here's the link.
Yeah, you have the link. Come on.
We'll see.
So yeah, Sri Lanka is also quite interesting, but not anymore, I guess.
Gonçalo, what did you guess?
My guess is Cape Verde. Let's see where is Cape Verde right now. Cape Verde actually it has the same problem. I need to speak with Peter as well, as there is only one city and it's the worst city of. See, it's not even here. Well, Cape Town.
Cape Town.
I think Praia is here, but it's the only one. Not even Praia. So I think Cape Verde is like top 500, and it's my guess for top 30 within 3 to 5 years. Like we're building the infrastructure. We have one co-working space in São Vicente that I showed you. We have 3 co-working spaces in Praia. We are building this year, one in Sal and one in Boa Vista, other islands. And being just 4 hours from Portugal, being outside the Schengen zone with so many problems for people wanting to leave the Schengen zone and going to warm places, but staying within the European time zone. Cape Verde has the same time zone, 1 hour less than the Canary Islands. So it's still 2 hours from Lisbon in terms of time zone. So my guess is still Cape Verde for being from completely outsider to someone here inside this top 100, maybe top. I think Cape Verde will be like top 50 in a couple of years, but needs a lot of work.
You know one of the craziest thing now that you're checking on all these cities. I don't know. So my videos that I make, I try to stay a month because that's kind of like the enough time to get the vibe, But let's say I just saw 400 cities, and if I do 412, it's like I don't have literally time like to check them all, Like I'll be 90 years old, like, almost there, almost found the 500 something. It's crazy.
I think
so many places.
It's true. I think some places you will visit shortly and others you will fall in love. Well, your job is around this. But for me, what I'm feeling is that I'm becoming a slowmad. Like I'm staying in the places I love. I know exactly what I want. I want CrossFit. I want beach volleyball. I love islands. And so I tend to stay in islands with CrossFit and beach volleyball. And so it already excludes 95% of the world. And you will find your stuff in the future. Although if you keep working like this, you will actually have to do a lot of videos on the same place, which it's still okay. You can go deeper.
No, I did that before. When I was a web designer, that I spent 1 year in Chiang Mai because I loved it. I wanted to stay there. But now my work is to show the city, so I need to move a lot.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do the way that I do it. Yeah, like slow slow mad is the best way. I agree. Like I would love to stay 3 months or more in each place, but as I said, literally the time doesn't allow me to do that, so I had to move. But that's the ideal way, 3 months to get the best vibe of the place.
Katarina said here, a good place that I think also will explode soon. I think Bali will be kind of gone, not gone, but it will be weird. It will be too much people at the same time. I think Lombok will be very interesting in the future. Lombok is very close to Bali, I think 1 hour and a half, 1 hour flight. And it's actually being prepared to be like Bali just happened, right? And Lombok is being prepared by the government with proper roads, which Bali is chaos.
Oh, wow.
And proper infrastructure to welcome nomads, which nomads and tourists, let's be honest, right?
I mean, Canggu is already like so crowded, and we're still like in kind of COVID times. There's a new place popping up next to it, Sese, something like that. I don't know how to.
It's the next one, yeah. Sese Beach. People keep moving around. I think Uluwatu is growing for the first time. People actually, Uluwatu is more. It's next to the airport, which is actually nice.
I mean the island is big, so there's just so many places to keep you expanding, So
we'll see. I wouldn't go this year to Bali. I tell that to a lot of friends. I think this year it will be complete chaos with mass tourism and so many things happening there. And I think if you are curious about Bali, I would go only 2023. So next winter I would go there next summer. But right now I think it's too much, and I think it will be chaos. I think it's going to be hard.
I think I'm going. Because it's a place that I went before.
Sure.
So I need to share it to the world again.
I love Canggu. I'm quite sad that it's happening, but I think we'll see what happens to Canggu in the future. But it's one of the places I want to go back, but not this year. It's one of those places. And my last question to you, we have to close. Actually, this is fun. This is the problem with these conversations. We are just chilling. What is inspiring nowadays? So we are traveling the world, we are working in different projects, and so much change in the last 2 years. And I would like to know, what's inspiring the whole movement nowadays? What's making you still love this movement? What's the spark for you inside the movement that keeps you going? Because this lifestyle is not easy. I know it seems like the best life in the world. In my opinion, it is, but we know it's not easy. It's visas, it's traveling, it's packing, it's unpacking. Some of us travel with a backpack, some others travel with 23 kilos. Half is CrossFit gear. So the question is,
with a tire, with a big tire wheel.
That's why we do CrossFit, so we can carry the 23 kilos everywhere.
It helps a lot in airplanes when you have to put stuff overhead. Actually, I always think I'm doing a clean and jerk. But what keeps you inspiring in still traveling, still being part of this community, and not just part, like you are both active voices of the community? Who wants to go first?
Karen, ladies first.
To be honest, I've been re-inspired in the last 6 months or something, because for a while there, even though I was still traveling, it wasn't the same vibe to travel. It didn't feel as exciting, and it didn't feel like the same sort of movement or the same sort of excitement and inspiration as there was before. Although I've been moving really quickly this summer, the ability to connect with all these different people during that time has really inspired me. And the fact that so we're talking about winter destinations, right? And the last couple of years, the winter destinations have been restricted. So everyone's kind of been in the same place. This year, a lot of people came to Europe because it was the first time that everyone could really experience it. And I felt like that meant that I could reconnect with a lot of people, meet a lot of people that I haven't met before. So for me, what continues to keep me inspired is the community, is the people. And being able to transfer the online connections into offline, real life connections, and reaffirming them in every country that I meet them. Sergio, I've met you in a couple of countries now. Gonçalo, I've met you in a couple of countries now. And every time I meet somebody in the sphere, they give me something else to think about, and they give me something else to grow on. And that can be personal, professional, health, everything. That's what keeps me inspired, is the inspiration from the others, I think.
Nice. Very deep community.
Nice.
It's all about the community. We travel so much to so many places, and in the end, it's all about the people. That's very interesting. Sergio.
Yeah. What keeps me inspired is it's I'll say that I'm kind of lucky that the whole YouTube thing for me get better right now after COVID. Well, I mean, it's still COVID, but not that much. For some people, it's gonna start writing like it's still COVID. Anyway, the thing is that I started making videos, this time. And before I was just living the life of a digital nomad. Now I'm showing it. And I think inspire me that more people are coming to this world now. Like we're not called the crazy ones anymore. Now more people want to do it. So I feel like it's a bit of a responsibility that now have the audience, and I want to keep sharing all these cities to the world and see how this movement is growing. So it just inspired me to make these videos of this time, because it's a whole different world from 2 years, 3 years ago. And yeah, just like keep like going to all those places that I already been that I haven't shared a video about. That's like I just want more people to know all these places and then make their choices on the videos that I show, because every place is different. Like this is the cool thing, and the world is huge but small. Again, yeah, we meet the same people here and there. If you get to see my videos, you get to see some people that I already seen before, because that's the cool thing. And then we go conference as the one that we just did in Bansko, like tons of people that we know. It's just crazy. Yeah, like I'm just looking forward for the next years and see how governments are adapting. Like up to that point, we never had that before, so now we have it. It's just crazy. So just curious to see what's going to happen in 10 years. I can't, I don't know, I can't forecast what's going to happen, but it's just very exciting times.
Yeah, we'll never guess what would be happening now 3 years ago when I was just just chilling in Asia, and now the whole world changed. I never thought I would be actually working in the space. I was very just chilled working in my remote workspace, and suddenly I'm in the middle of the storm. And all this has been actually quite fun, but it was not very planned, to be honest. And for me, it's all about community, right? I think you know this. I think it's the word I say the most everywhere. It's about communities and about seeing these communities grow in places I never expected at all. Like I never saw Bansko coming, a village in the middle of the mountains. How? Like kudos to Matthias, incredible work. The same with Albania. Like Albania 3 years ago, nobody would go to Albania. People were scared of Albania. And look at now, everybody's going to Albania. Like Julia is there, everybody's there. It's insane. Same with Montenegro, same with Turkey, same with Cape Verde. Like seeing these communities rise, and with my job trying to guess what will be the next hot thing, and trying to guess what are people looking for. It's just inspiring me to see, like seeing the same people. Like we were in this panel in Bansko, but at the same time we are here speaking online, and then we'll meet somewhere around the world. I'll push you to come to Madeira, of course, but you know that already. So for me, it's all about the people and seeing these new places grow and the positive impact we can have. And this is the house of Karen, but the positive impact we can have, and we see here in Madeira, we have numbers of Madeira. It's just insane what a good project can do. So I think it will be very interesting to use this as an engine for the economy, engine for social growth. We have a lot of power. I think we don't realize that as a community, we have so much power. And this inspires me, like going to places where you can actually be useful, like we are not very useful in Lisbon anymore, but you're very useful in other places like Albania, Montenegro.
Yeah, that's a topic that we can do for another call, but the positive, and also some people think it's negative. So that's like, let's say Lisbon was now very crowded. Some places in Mexico City, there was this paper saying like foreigner leave, something like that. It just became a whole thing. We don't know who made it. Maybe some other foreigner who just don't want to see other foreigners, which is another topic.
I remember this in Chiang Mai. This happened in Chiang Mai, foreigners telling for nomads to go away, and it was like, what the hell?
Come on, yeah. But yeah, that's a topic that we can just discuss later. But it has lots of great things that we're going to these places and making the economy work.
I like this. I'll add this for one of the future discussions. So guys, where can people find more about you, Sergio? What's your YouTube channel?
Sergio Sala, Sala, very easy. YouTube, Instagram, and that's where I mostly am. Maybe one day I'll get into TikTok, but I just don't like it. But it's what everybody's doing these days, the kids.
Well, so I'm on TikTok. Not sure if I still count as a kid. Maybe it's just me trying to feel young every time around.
I feel like a kid if I open the app. So anyway.
That's another discussion as well. Karen, where can people follow you and see where you are at?
Oh, probably Instagram. You can find me at Ren Stefani, as in Gwen Stefani, but Ren Stefani, with PH. Yeah, or you can find me on LinkedIn if you want anything professional. But if you're interested in my travels, then you probably want to follow the Instagram stories.
What's
Totally.
LinkedIn?
What's LinkedIn? No,
I don't
LinkedIn is
know.
my house. I live
I'm
on
joking.
LinkedIn.
I'm joking.
bet-
I don't.
People that
It's-
do real jobs, Sergio. That's
I
that's what-
know. I know. Not my kind of job.
This is a good place to end. I feel some love here. No, guys, thank you so much for being here with us today. This was like exactly what I wanted, a fun discussion about places, a fun discussion about your reviews, and this is really cool. I want to send all the love to Hannah Dixon. If you can follow her as well. She's in the hospital, but she will be in one of our future episodes when she feels better. And she's also one of the most amazing humans I know. So I'm very sad that she's passing through this, but I'm very happy because she will pass this and she will be back with us in the community. As always, thank you for watching, everybody. If you need to hear this conversation again, if you want to go back, this will stay live on YouTube, so you can actually just go and listen to this on YouTube. We'll also launch a blog article with all these destinations, and in the future, hopefully a podcast with all these conversations as well. So we'll be everywhere.
Nice.
Thank you, Sergio and Karen, and Hannah as well. Besides not being here, she's incredible. Thank you for listening, everyone, and see you next week.
Thank you. See you somewhere.
This is so I know when to end the stream, because yeah, there's
Is
20
that your
seconds.
hand? I can
Yes.
see like the details of your. I just read your hand, your future.
What's my future?
Yeah, you might go